Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by Universal Roof and Contracting. The difference is universal on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sports concepts and rationalizations coming your way. Right now, right here, we call it the 10-minute drill. We kick it around as Overreaction Friday continues. Jeff, the New York Mets are going to win the World Series. Woo!
It's The Walking Dead. I mean, I don't know what's happened to the moratorium here the last couple of days. Yeah! For having some serious infractions of the rules, of the rulings and the rules. Braves do go to New York to start
What are the Major
tonight.
League Baseball rules when it comes to rain, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, sometimes they end the game, and sometimes they bring you back. Maybe if it's tied, they bring you back.
No, that ain't it. I've seen that. Nope, that ain't it.
And what Dan's saying is sometimes a game will get into the 8th inning, and they'll suspend it and make you come back and finish it.
So it was an official game last night. It's 2-0. And, I mean, they had said all night the rain's coming. And when it came. And then they showed the radar, and there's one big one, and then there's another one coming.
Yeah, so the Mets won in 8 last night.
So they started again. But they said, no, we're going to start. They started at 11:10. Now, I would think
it was already in the 8th inning when they did that?
No, it was in the 6th. I would think travel day, it's past 11 o'clock at night. Why start it up again? But they did. And then they played another 2 innings. Then it rained again. And then they called it.
The Braves got 2 runs late, and Freeman set a career high for homers, still with 30 to go. And
what's he got?
34. I'm annoyed with my National League East brethren, though. I'm just so tired of winning like 8 out of 10 and not gaining anything on anyone. The Mets and the Nats, and now at this point, to be honest, the Braves are 3 of the hottest teams in baseball. So we'll see what happens. We're going to get DeGrom tonight and see how we can respond from that. Although we've had terrific luck through the years of beating Jacob DeGrom on like 2 hits, 1-0. So who knows?
So have a lot of teams.
Yeah, who knows? Hey, NFL, you know.
Oh God.
The biggest indictment now in the history of preseason, what happened last night in Canada.
At least it was the Raiders, so we'll get to watch it on Hard Knocks
That's
Tuesday.
true. That'll be good. So the Raiders and Packers are scheduled to play, and I think it was Winnipeg. Is that where it was?
Yeah,
Manitoba, somewhere.
Winnipeg.
All right, so they're in Winnipeg last night. They show up to the field, and the field is in too bad a condition to play. Here's what's terrible about that. It's artificial turf.
Whoever the liaison is with the NFL is not the liaison with the NFL anymore.
You got to be fired. And
whoever was put in charge of pulling this off. But here's the deal, man.
They played on an 80-yard field.
Why would you listen? Here's the joke.
Why you go to Winnipeg?
Well, not in the preseason. Nobody was going. And listen, maybe the Stars were going to play a quarter, but so what? You don't get to see anybody. So it's not, what good is that? It's no good. If you're the Oakland Raiders, you want to fly to Winnipeg? You know what I want to do in the preseason?
Probably not that far for Oakland.
I want to go play the Chargers 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah,
or maybe the Niners.
But the interesting thing is they played on an 80-yard field. That's how bad it was.
No kickoffs.
No kickoffs. I mean, the starters who were all supposed to play, they all ended up not playing. I mean, it's just a joke, man.
Speaking of more preseason, Cam Newton got hurt once. That's why, I'm watching this game. He got hurt last night for the Jags, and Doug Marrone did not sound optimistic about it in the press conference. So
did Taylor just play like 3 snaps or something?
No, Cam played. Jawad Taylor was out there for a bit. Cam only played 6.
Yeah. How many did Taylor play?
I don't know. I didn't count, but more than that. But he got hurt, and that was bad. And Chark got a concussion. That was bad. And Josh Allen on that second to last tackle.
Wincing a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he hopefully just got the wind maybe knocked out of him or something.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. He didn't show any effects afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
Only had another tackle at the end of the half.
Guys are going to get hurt. I mean, listen, so Cam sprained his ankle last night. Great. He would have sprained it in the season opener. The guy sprained something every game. Yeah. I mean, Cam's always hurt. At some point in football, you're going to get hurt. Although, look, if you want to hold your guys out, hold them out.
I was shocked that Leonard played as much as he played. I really was. I mean, because he's such a physical running back in the way he runs and lowers his shoulder, et cetera. So, anyway.
I'm sure Leonard's got some proving to do to that staff.
Yeah. Well, we've been over it a million times, and it's, you almost change your opinion. The Jags didn't play anybody for 2 games, so why play him in the 3rd game? And then you hear and then you can see a little rustiness, and you wonder, well, they look a little rusty. Well, guess what? They're not playing Thursday, so don't be rusty for a half against the Chiefs, because if you're rusty for a half against the Chiefs, you know what happens? You lose.
By the way, we know what's coming to town on the season opener. There's not a lot of questions out in Kansas City right now about what their prognosis is and what they expect.
No, they're going to run and spread and throw.
I'll ask you this. Yeah. After watching –
I don't feel as good as I called for an upset early, but I know it's a quirky opening day on Sundays, but I don't feel as good about the Jags winning that game. That's what you were going to ask.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you, but it's interesting from this standpoint. Didn't the first-team defense give up like 10 yards on 14 plays or something stupid?
Yes.
I mean, so – that's the part you got to be. The Chiefs aren't going to bring Jags defense here. Those jokers can't play defense, and especially now that they've gotten rid of a couple of their. Yeah. And look how many opportunities the Jaguars had last year, but they couldn't capitalize. Maybe they can this year with maybe some better quarterback play. But yeah, this offense leaves a lot to be desired. We'll talk more about that moving through this morning.
All right, we got the Gators and Canes coming up on Saturday.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah, that's tomorrow, by the way. It's tomorrow night, so the countdown.
The names I'm hearing in are like are Slayton and Ancrum. And we already know about
those are depth guys.
Yeah,
that,
I know that.
Not have.
But absolutely, 100% could have an effect. Now we haven't heard any of the trickle down from Miami and Manny Diaz if he has anybody who's going to miss. But listen, I'm excited for the game tomorrow night, and the opener in college football is a lot like the NFL opener. You always get shocks and surprises. Teams or players are either better or worse than you thought they were. And I think that this game, Dan, is so important or could be for Felipe Franks to continue what he did last year.
Yeah.
Like if he comes out and Miami gives him fits, which they're capable of doing, and he has a poor game, are we going to reset back to where we were in the middle of October last year? So I think not just for winning the game tomorrow, but for the big picture of Florida football, I think Felipe Franks needs to come out on Saturday night tomorrow and continue with the progress that he made seemingly down the last 4 or 5 games of last season.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean, he is, it's you would be, he hasn't quite earned the, he's going to be great tomorrow card yet. He was good down the stretch.
No,
and
you can't. You hope that he can be good.
Yes.
But no, they were great. Absolutely not.
No, you can't just assume that. And so, with that said, that's why I think you play the under of 47. There's one Dan Hicken tip for you going into tomorrow. Play the under 47. I think it comes in, even if the Gators win, 28 to 19. You're a winner. So
I think the key for Miami is going to be generating offense with an inexperienced quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. And they don't. It's not like they've got a superstar running back down there either. So there's no one that can.
DJ Dallas is back. He did. Yeah, he's going to be
he's good.
The workhorse.
I know.
Yeah.
If you're just really learning the guy's name in the preseason of the following year, he didn't wow you the year before.
No. So it'll be fun. I look forward to it. Heading down there tomorrow afternoon. And we'll see how it goes.
Notre Dame's gone 0 for 2 on sending transfers to the state of Florida. We'll see if it's 1 for 3 or 0 for 3 because I saw Brandon Wimbush is getting the start for UCF.
Yeah, he struggled last year at Notre Dame. He had the job, and remember Kelly made a really bold move by switching him out. He wasn't playing good. They were winning, but he wasn't playing good enough, and he was completing like 50% of his passes, I'm pretty sure. So. They moved him out, and you're right. Because,
does it stunt
what was it, Everett Golson, FSU?
Yeah. And then Malik Zaire.
Malik Zaire, by the way, does pretty good on TV.
Does he?
Yeah, he's like, is it CBS Sports or somebody? He did this story on this defensive lineman who's going to Clemson, of course. He's like the number 1 recruit in the country, and he's a workout fiend, and he like benches like 420 pounds at 17 or something.
Can I throw a little shade at UCF?
You always do.
Yeah. I want to alert UCF, who, claims they're on par with Alabama and, Florida and everyone else, that I just checked. And, Alabama wouldn't take Wimbush and start him, nor would Clemson, nor would Florida, nor would most established good programs. In fact, you know who else wouldn't take him, UCF? Notre Dame. They wouldn't take him either.
Dear.
Before we place ourselves above all these teams, maybe think about that.
I'll throw one more at you. Is there any chance at all that Hornibrook, not Horny Goatweed, but Hornibrook beats out Blackman for the FSU job? They still refuse to name a starter. Now, look, this is how the game's played. They did it at Oklahoma. They did it at Ohio State, and we saw who won. But at Miami, surprise, surprise, it was somebody different, not the transfer kid. I'm just saying everybody's kind of thought that Blackman is going to be the starter, and they seem to be saying not so fast, not so fast.
One of my best friends is from Wisconsin. I've watched too much Wisconsin football the last 2 or 3 years. Word of warning to FSU fan: if Hornibrook wins your job, you're not going to have as good a year as you thought. Yeah. It's a problem if you don't have a quarterback over there. Again, this is the same deal. If he's not good enough for Wisconsin, he should not be good enough for Florida State.
Yeah.
Any year, Florida State should always have a better, not always. Most of the time, you should never take the quarterback that Wisconsin doesn't want, or Minnesota, or Indiana, or any other Big Ten team. If you fancy yourself as a superstar program, which
all right.
these programs do.
Let's hand out a gift. We've got a prize pack for the Googans.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Let me see what we got here. We're going to send you to next year. Oh, this would be the thrilling preseason finale.
Well, history will be made one way or the other.
I think the Falcons have lost 12 in a row, by the way.
They have.
Yeah, and the Jags, what have we lost now? Just these 3? Did we
well,
win
we've
last
never
year?
gone winless in the preseason.
Is that true?
And we're staring down the barrel of a 0-4, or the Falcons will continue their losing streak. History will be made next Thursday night, and you have a chance to be there for that history-making evening.
We're even going to put you in the
along with a good 18, 19. Miami, by the way, had about 6,000 people there last night.
Good for them.
Joe Buck was making jokes. It was so bad.
I watched Cincinnati and the Giants, a little bit of that. Cincinnati, same deal. The jig is up for the NFL.
Oh, yeah. The news is out.
You guys enjoy your ticket prices.
Dallas Renegade.
We're not buying any of your product, though, right?
Yeah.
All right. Also, the Publix Ultimate Tailgate Party. You can go for that. That's
presented by Party Shack.
Presented by Party Shack. So
caller number 7, Beef. Caller number
available to you.
7 is going to the game at 641-1010. We're back with more next.